Good day, everyone. Our report is watchkeeping principle in general. The reporter will be Squad F. The members, Decadet Son, Nino Christopher, Atinyon Lawrence, Bacos Crystal May, Igot CJ. Objectives: watchkeeping principle in general, ship routing principle in keeping a navigational watch. Each watches shall be carried out based on the following bridge and engine room resource management principles. First, proper arrangement for watchkeeping personnel shall be ensured in accordance with the situation. Second, any limitation in qualifications or fitness or individuals shall be taken into account when deploying watchkeeping personnel. The third, understanding of watchkeeping personnel regarding their individual rules, responsibility in team rule shall be established. In the fourth, the master, chief engineer officer, and officer in charge of the watch duties shall maintain a proper watch, making the most effective use of resources available such as information, installation, equipments, and other personnel. And the fifth, keeping personnel shall understand function and operation of installation equipment and be familiar with handling them. And the sixth, watching personnel shall understand information and how to respond to information from each station, installation, equipment. And the seventh, information from the station, installation, equipment shall be appropriately shared by all the watching personnel. And the eighth, keeping personnel shall maintain an exchange of appropriate communication in any situation. And the ninth, watching personnel shall notify the master, chief engineer officer, officer in charge of the watch duties, any hesitation when any doubt as to what action to take in the interest of the safety.
I am Decadet Bacos Crystal May. So what are ship's routing? How this can promote safer shipping? The provisions state that the objective of ship's routing is to improve the safety of navigation in converging areas and in areas where the density of traffic is great, or where freedom of movement of shipping is inhibited by restricted steering. The existence of obstructions to navigation, limited depth, or unfavorably meteorological condition. Elements used in ship's routing systems include traffic separation scheme, a routing measure aimed at the separation of opposing streams of traffic by appropriate means and by the establishment of traffic lanes. Traffic lane, an area within defined limits in which one-way traffic is established. Natural obstacles, including those forming separation zones, may constitute a boundary. Separation zone or line, a zone or line separating traffic lanes in which ships are proceeding in opposite or nearly opposite direction, or separating a traffic lane from the adjacent sea area, or separating traffic lanes designated for particular classes of ship proceeding in the same direction. Runabout, a separation point or circular separation zone, and a circular traffic lane within defined limits.
So next is inshore traffic zone. So designated area between the landward boundary of a traffic separation scheme and the adjacent coast. Next is recommended route. So a recommended route of undefined width for convenience of ships in transit, which is often marked by centerline buoys. So next is deep water route. So a deep water route within defined limits which has been accurately surveyed for clearance of sea bottom and submerged articles. So next is precautionary areas. So an area within defined limits where ships must navigate with a particular caution and within which by the direction of flow of traffic may be recommended. And lastly is area to be avoided. An area within defined limit in which either navigation is particularly hazardous on or it is expectationally important to avoid casualties and which should be avoided by all ships or by certain classes of ships. So the principles in keeping a navigational watch. So the officer in charge of the navigational watch is the master's representative and is primarily responsible at all times for safety navigation of the ship for complying with the international regulation for preventing collision at sea in 1972.
Proper lookout shall be maintained at all times in compliance with Rule 5 of International Regulation for Preventing Collision at Sea, 1972, and shall serve the purpose of 1. Maintaining a continuous state of vigilance by sight and hearing as well as by all other available means with regard to any significant change in operating environment. 2. Fully appraising the situation and the risk of collision, stranding, and other dangers to navigation and detecting ship or aircraft in distress, shipwreck, person wreck, debris, and other hazard to safe navigation. First, the lookout must be able to give full attention to the keeping of a proper lookout, and no other duties shall be undertaken or assigned which could interfere with the task. Last is the duties of the lookout and helmsperson are separate, and the helmsperson shall not be considered to be looked at while steering, except if small ship where an obstructed all-round view is provided at the steering position and there is no impairment of night vision or other to keeping of proper lookout. Thank you.